G'day Bundy Adventure Campers here. Today we're going to run through the operating of our ModCon hire campers. This is the FF1, it's the sister camper of the Quattro. A couple of minor differences, most of it's the same. We'll go through the full operation. So first of all, when you pull up at a campsite, you want to try and find some nice level ground. Just makes putting all your stabiliser legs down a bit easier and all that sort of stuff. Obviously you're not going to always be able to find level ground, that's why the stabiliser legs there, you can even it out a bit for you. So first of all, we'll start with unhitching the camper. You'll find the arm for the jockey wheel is removable. You'll find that in the front toolbox. Just swing him down. Bring him down like that. You can select a couple of different heights here. So if your car's low or high, I've selected it all the way down because my car's pretty high. Most of the time we'll just leave it in the middle position, which will suit most of the cars, but if your car's really low, you want to put it all the way up. High car, put it all the way down. Removable jockey wheel handle that I got from the front toolbox. Pop him on. Wind him down. You'll see it take the weight off the car as soon as this starts moving up the pin. It's my normal indication that I use. Just jump over the other side quickly for you. You can unhook your lights. If you have an Anderson plug connected, I don't have it connected, but if you have that connected, you disconnect that at the moment. And do your chains. Or your split pin out. So sometimes this pin can get a little bit tight. Just move the jockey wheel up and down a little bit, and that'll release the pressure. You see the trailer's trying to pull backwards there. And then we just pull the pin back through, and the split pin back through, just so you can't lose them then. From here, you're good to move your car away. Finish. Just move the car away, put the handbrake on for the trailer. We're on nice sturdy flat ground here, so I didn't need to put it on originally, but sometimes if you're on sloping ground, you might want to put that on first before you take off. You get the jockey wheel handle, take him off just in case it goes missing. From here we're going to want to put down the stabiliser legs. There's 4 of those, 1 in each corner. Stabilise the legs done. Just put that back in there. Obviously, you want to make the trailer as level as possible. I normally just lie it. If the ground's a bit uneven, just ramp that side up a bit more. So, for your solar panel, unzip him, pull it out of the bag. You can open it up. Put your legs down, you can have a cable in the back, just connect it to a regulator. It's going to have an Anderson plug on it. You're going to get the Anderson plug for the camper, plug it in, and you're done. You don't want to chase the sun most of the time, so solar panel in the morning, face the morning sun, middle of the day, try and face the middle sun, in the afternoon, face it that way. We'll stabilise the legs down now, so ready to flip it open. You're just going to want to make sure that winch cable is on your top hook here. So your hook is on the eyelet that's at the top. You got this eyelet here. That is for when you're closing it. I'll show you that later. But you're going to want to ensure that your hook is on your top eyelet for now. So when you're operating the camper, opening or shutting it, you're going to want to first. Front. And then do your back hooks. They'll then pop up. Obviously if it rains, the rain's going to run off instead of coming into your camper. Step here on the right hand side of the step, little lever, stairs are going to come down. So the beautiful thing about the ModCons is your main pole here does not need to be adjusted. That pole there does not need to be adjusted. Only pole I'm going to adjust here is the rear one. It's got self-locking in buttons, so I'm just going to go inside and push it out. It'll lock itself in. This here is the awning. We leave them zipped on just for ease of use. So you don't need to do this, but I'm going to flip the awning over the top just for a bit of ease. I'll just grab the pole and the pole holder here. Holder there. You see, flipping the Annex over there just makes it a bit easier to get to stuff. Again, it's not needed. You can easily get underneath it, push that out and then set your Annex up, but for the purpose of this video, and if you want to, you can flip it over like we have there. I'm just going to jump inside now. Jump in. You see how we've got it set out here at the moment. Flick the light on here. Let's put all the lights on. Jump over here. That's the whole camper pretty much set up from there. These are just popped in and you're ready to go. So this is basically what the camper's going to look like once you've opened it. You're going to have your solar panel. We're going to have another table here normally. You got your little table here that can stay inside. Some more spare cushions. And this is going to be your queen mattress up here. Got two straps on it. So obviously when you're sleeping on it, take your straps off. But remember, before you close it, put your straps back on. I'll show you now how to set all this up. This is the setup for a second bed. We've got the three main cushions. I've put two cushions at the back there. You can fit two adults here or three younger children. From here, we can change it to a U-shaped settee. This is like a lounge room or somewhere to have lunch. So you're going to want to take your third big cushion away. We're going to either put that at the front on top of the toolbox, or if you're on nice ground, you can just place it underneath the camper. So remove that third cushion. We're now set up as a U-shaped settee for when you want to have lunch and stuff like that. Grab these cushions quickly. Your middle cushion here. Going to go at the back. These ones come to the sides. Like that. This is where the smaller table will fit in the middle here. Also, this here is your kitchen box. It's going to have all your kitchen utensils, pots, pans, cups, forks, knife and forks, and all that sort of stuff in there. Also, while we're in here, I'll show you these two side windows. They've got buttons along the bottom here that you can pop off all the way. On either end, there's big zips. A zip there, and a zip there. You can undo the buttons, undo the zips, and that whole wall will actually roll up. So that's going to give you a nice breezeway. So now I'm going to put the Annex up. You see it's still flipped over the top. You get little poles out. It's going to be easiest to get all your poles out first. I've got your pegs and ropes bag that's in the front toolbox. I've just gotten that out. So I'm going to lay out enough pegs and ropes for all the corners. Once you're going and start doing the Annex, you haven't got to run around and grab all your stuff. It's all laid out, ready to go. laid all the poles out now. We'll run through the poles in a second, but they're going to be color coded. So I'm going to start with green. There's going to be 3 greens on the FF1. On the Quattro there's going to be 4 greens because the Quattro is the rear entrance, so the canvas is slightly larger. So the only difference between the FF1 and the Quattro is the Quattro's 4th is going to have an eyelet here instead of a hook. So the Quattro is still going to have 3 hooks, but it's going to have an eyelet as the last one, where the FF1 here has only got 3 hooks. So we're going to need, grab your 3 or 4 green ones out, lay them out. You're going to look for this parachute sort of under your awning here. You see like a fabric parachute sort of material there. There's going to be one at each point of the camber. So I can open that up. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but inside there's a little eyelet. So I'm just hanging that down. I'm going to come over to this one. There's an eyelet there. Hang that one down. There's an eyelet here. I'm going to hang that one down. If you're having troubles locating any of those, you can get someone to jump inside, push the pole through the canvas, and the people from the inside can easily see what's happening. So from there, hang those 3 down. 1, 2, 3. Quattro, you're going to have a 4th hanging down here. You're then going to want to come to the middle and grab your middle pole. We've optioned ours with ModCon poles, make it a bit easier. These are going to be your outside poles, just standard males. And one of those each corner, and then obviously the Quattro is going to have a 4th one at the end as well. From here I'm just going to pull the Annex down. Again, you don't have to have it up. You can easily have the lights on inside, go underneath the awning, hook the poles on and have it down, but it's up to you what you do. So I'm now going to grab that middle pole. He's going to come out. I'm going to grab this 3-in-1 ModCon pole, put it through here. So that's the Annex pretty much done. Let's run through what we've done here. We've picked up the ModCon originally, the 3-in-1 pole. We've grabbed those green ones that you've had hanging down. We hooked it onto there. I had Andrea, as you can see in the video, she held here, she held a little bit outwards pressure just to keep everything tight. Make sure you put the rope on before you go up. That way you don't have to pull it back down to put it back on. Put that one on, we've come across. Spread these poles out, come onto here, back that way, locked everything off. Taking a step back, I had a look, make sure it looks right. You see, I noticed that this pole here wasn't long enough. Got the step that was supplied in the camber. I've tightened that up, stretched it out. You just take a step back and everything should look nice and tight. For this demonstration, I've just put 3 pegs down. So one straight out of here, one from each corner. If it's going to be a bit windier, you can put 2 on here, one out that way, one out this way, same on the other end. So the Quattro, you're going to have another pole off that way, so it's not just replicated again what we've done here, just for one extra set of poles. Weather like today, that's all you have to do. It's going to get rainy or really windy. You're going to start looking at blue poles. With the blue poles, what you're going to do is you're going to click them onto the poles here, and you're going to click them onto your other one here. You're going to grab your step that's supplied, tension that out and lock it in. All that's going to do is make sure everything's nice and tight, that water's not going to pool on your canvas. So in your front toolbox here as well, it's going to be all your walls, floors and a touring annex. So you can either fully enclose this as another room, so all walls and floors. If you like, the weather's getting bad or it's a bit cold, we've also got another awning that zips on the other side. So if you're setting up for a week or so, you can zip that one on, and it just zips on, and 3 poles, just like a little lean-to, like a tarp. Also, if you don't want to set the big awning up, you can unzip this awning, and you can zip the touring awning onto here as well. And it zips along the top here. See your zip here? It's just a straight lean-to awning. Not as much coverage, but a little quicker to set up. It's good if you just want to set up for one afternoon and then go. Now we've got the gas up front here. When you're travelling, you want it gas off. Once you set up the kitchen and everything like that, start having a shower, flick your gas on. This is going to be your fridge and all that sort of stuff. So you're going to have a travel latch here. So when you're travelling, make sure you put that latch across. All that does is take strain off of all your rollers. So around the whole camper, you're going to have a series of latches like this. When you're operating them, push them down and hold them down the whole time. These are designed to lock in intermediately. Obviously, you're only going to want it fully out or fully in. So if you let go of these around the camper, they can lock in and you can damage them. So that's why we just recommend to hold them down no matter what when you're going in and out. Here you've got your fridge. When we get around to the main control panel on the other side, we'll show you where to turn the fridge on, but the settings are here. We're going to leave the fridge on low. There'll be a light lit up for here for low. Low is where we want it. All that does is your voltage cutout. So you want your voltage cutout set to low. To set temperatures, when we're running on a battery normally, we'll normally set it at 3-4 degrees or so. It just doesn't chew the batteries. If you're connected to 240, which I'll show you in a second, you can press the little cog here. It's going to flash to which compartment it is. So left compartment, right compartment. You can turn the temperatures up or down to whatever you please. But when you're off grid and just running off the batteries, we normally recommend them at least 3 degrees. You can have storage room in here. And storage in here. This is where your keys are going to be. Your big silver one is going to be for your water tank. These smaller black ones are going to be for all your locks on your doors, so your latches over there, all your latches around the whole camper. And this more glossy black one is for the actual door on the camper, so you can lock that if you go out. So once you're set up, that's your big kitchen box. You can add all that stuff into here. You can put all your personal belongings in here, all your chips and stuff. That's completely up to you. Also, forgot to mention, there's a little switch under here which lights up the interior of this cabin. Again, that's just your pole holder. You saw how to use that before. That's got more of your blue poles. They're for exact same are inside and out here. If it's going to get rainy or really windy, make sure you put those in. But for a day like today, just leave them in there. Coming into the camper, we can give you a mat set up for eating. You can see we've rolled up this wall here. We left this wall down for the moment and just open it up, but like I said, you can roll up this whole wall as well. Underneath each seat's a little bit extra storage. You got this big compartment here. When we go around to the other side, I'll show you. This drawer here actually comes out the side, so you can put all your personal belongings in here that you'll use at night when you're in the camper, but you can leave them in there and then access it when the camper's actually closed, because that drawer comes out the side. The storage here, you know, fan, broom, dustpan and brush. Then this is your main switch panel, so that's going to be your lights, and all this point here is going to be for your auxiliary points. Leave that off most of the time. This one here is for your lights, so you have 4 LEDs. In here, fire extinguisher, torch and first aid kit. Hopefully you'll only need to use the torch. Now the kitchen. Undo your 2 latches. Again, we've got a travelling latch, the same as your fridge. And then again, hold that one down all the way. There's your kitchen. Plenty of storage, so you can take all your cutlery and stuff out of the main box and put them in here. You got a grill here. That's the grill in the middle. You'll have a kitchen lighter in the box underneath as well. So to light these, you got your round here. You don't want to move that straight up and down to full. It is not all the way around. We've been caught out. It's actually upwards. So upwards, hold it down, and then light your burner. Operate your kitchen, same as a normal kitchen sink at home. Just a mixer. You got an LED strip under here. To operate it, you're just going to plug it into these 12-volt outlets here. We'll go to hooking up the kitchen. You can see all your hoses and stuff at the back. So you got a water line and a gas line. Water line is just a standard air compressor style fitting. You pull that back, push them in, and that's just slide over. Your gas is like a light bulb, up, quarter turn, and it's locked in. So you're gonna put it in there, find where it wants to lock in, push it up, quarter turn, and that's locked. So you now have gas and water to your stove. You've also got a waste pipe here. You take that out and just plug it into the bottom of your kitchen sink. You either got a rack here for your tea towel, or if you like, extend a kitchen bench. Coming around. This is your main control panel. Got 2 100 amp batteries. I've got the main isolator turned clockwise to on. You see the volts, 12.7 to 12.8 is considered full, 11 volts is considered flat. We've got a water level, press the water, so that's full. Main circuit isolator, and we've got a control panel here. So this one here is going to send power to that interior control panel that you got inside. This switch here is your exterior points for your kitchen and your fridge. So you flick that on. Once you're traveling and you want to leave your fridge on, leave that one on all the time. And this one here is your water pump. So when you set up and you want to use your kitchen at night, flick on your water pump, but at night and stuff like that, just flick him off. So this is when you're traveling, you're going to want to turn your interior off. Here we've got a battery charger fitted. If you're connected to a powered site, all you do, run your lead out to your power box, connect it to the charger, and then it'll do everything else itself. Just chuck it inside. We normally just have the lead hanging through and then close it up onto there, and then it'll run itself from there. Water tank filler with those keys I showed you before. This is the drawer I was mentioning to you also. It is the one that opens up to the inside. So you put all your personal belongings in here that you want. Again, it's got those latches you hold down the whole way. Now the Quattro is a very similar setup, but the battery and main control panel is going to be here. So your battery is going to be in here, and then your Quattro, the main panel, is going to be on this wall here. Exactly the same panel, just slightly different layout. In this compartment, in the Quattro, is just going to be storage, just an empty storage box. So you can either have storage in there, or we'll have your hot water system in there. A bit more storage for you. Sometimes we'll have the ladder and stuff in here, otherwise mostly open. Pulls out. Again, hold those down the whole time. This one here will have your shower ensuite generally. It only fully opens when the camper's shut, just because you've got the twin gas struts coming through here. But this one is also at the access to the middle panel that we saw inside before, that had the fan and the broom and all that sort of stuff. Your water storage, easy to get to. You flick these two latches up and get your water out. So we've got the Annex down. Only thing you have to pack up with the camper is this back pole here. I'm going to jump in. Take the weight. Pop those two pins. Which is ready to get packed away now. I'll then, before we pack it up, I'm going to wind all the windows down, wind this wall back down, and zip it all up. From there, I've just put the Annex into the doorway here, because you've got that big cavity inside. It just makes it, when you're packing it up, a bit more room for the rest of the canvas. So, as the hook was on the top eyelet to open it, all I've done here is pulled that down and I've put the hook on the bottom eyelet. If you can't reach the top bit of the camper, you can swing this back open by popping these two pins. That whole back will swing around, they'll give you a bit closer access to the top. But like I said, just put the hook on the bottom eyelet and you'll be able to winch it closed. So normally winch it a couple of times, then you should run around and push all your canvas back. Go back up front, winch it a couple of times, and then just keep pushing your canvas back. You have two seals here. You just want to keep this lip here free of any canvas and zips and that sort of stuff. See, we've pretty much got it closed here. Again, opening and shutting, you start with the front, move to the rear. Obviously check, make sure there's no canvas stuck between the seal and the ledge as mentioned before. Put up your step. Put up your stabiliser legs, hook back on, and you're pretty much good to go. Make sure you turn your gas off. You leave your fridge running. Make sure you turn your interior light off at the main control panel and your water pump. Other than that, you're pretty much ready to hit the road.